sunny afternoon. And off we go from Tampa.
Taken at the goal line.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So here the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. To throw on second down. Alexander. And, right away, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's French. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. last week, despite him being sacked 4 times, they might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Armadillos add 6 to their lead.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself something to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
2nd and 6.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harrington. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll try the left side.
French. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Armadillos are able to widen their advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, it's Hyde. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
On second down now, it's French, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alexander. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. On 1st down, Alexander. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Off play action. Alexander. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. Alexander uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Harrington. A gain of 6 there on first.
This offense, Charles, we've talked about how well they played all season. Sitting now at 13-0 and the finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now back to throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of the 1st down. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Alexander. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Bucs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Alexander. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bennett. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Caught left side, Bennett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still 3,000 yards, a good season.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Alexander. And he's he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Alexander. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Alexander. Flushed out right. Finding room inside the 40. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Armadillos are able to add on to their first half lead.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Alexander. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harrington. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Armadillos just continue to roll.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. To throw on second down, Alexander. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun on third down, Alexander, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now they try the right side here. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. To throw on third down. Alexander under pressure, and down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. "35 yards that time on the punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. The Bills seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And that one is at halftime, as they've got the lead over the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Trevor Lawrence, a touchdown pass in that first half. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now it's Hyde on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's long. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in.
Kevin Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him, throw that challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Come on now, let's go.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. Down to the 25. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He finds his man, complete. That's Harrington. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw here, hauled in, and he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll try the left side. French, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's French.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score. And the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great, too.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. With that last pass, he just went ahead of Warren Moon on the all-time NFL career passing yards list.
And that's Hall of Famer Warren Moon. A significant accomplishment to be able to pass that number. Somewhere Warren is saying, but what if they added my Canada yardage? Right? My time in the Canadian Football League, that's 21,000 more yards.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Alexander. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Second and 20.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Throwing on 3rd and long. Alexander, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Houston's offense taking over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
65 yards rushing for him now as he's totaled it 21 times. For a lot of people, the MVP award means the quarterback award usually. But over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down, Houston.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On second down, it's French. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Harrington. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there.
His third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year.
And the Armadillos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Alexander, quick hitter here, it's complete. Throwing on first down. Alexander. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there. Second down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
The Bucs on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
Houston set to take over.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, French. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try the left side. It's French. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. He just held on to the football too long there, Charles. That's point blank, right?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. You've got to have that internal clock that goes in your head that says either get rid of the football or flush and go and use your legs and try and pick up the first down. I think he hung in there too long, and the blitz got to him.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. To throw on second down. Alexander. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. Looking to throw. Alexander.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 15. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
On second down now. It's French. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Point after here coming up. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get that ball, Dino. Let's get that ball right here. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Come on.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st and 10, Alexander. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Alexander. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll run on first down. French, and a gain of about 4 here, moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for our visitors, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.